Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us in today's live session. Please confirm if you can hear me. Good morning, Sir Kelechi. Let me know if you can hear me. Kindly confirm if you can hear me, if my voice is audible enough so we can continue immediately. Please introduce yourself, your name, your location, and your ministry so that I can recognize you properly. Thank you so much, Apostle Akin. Thank you so much for being here. Please, where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? Please kindly introduce yourself, your name, and your location. We are going to talk about something very interesting, and I hope that we will be able to implement what we are going to discuss here today. Whether you join our paid membership program or not, this is going to help you if you're able to democratize it and and use the knowledge very well. Oh, you're joining from Kenya. Thank you so much, Apostle. Thank you, sir, for joining us from Kenya, all the way from Kenya. You see, this is the beauty of the internet, and this is one of the reasons why we're encouraging men of God to take advantage of the technology that God has made available to us in today's generation. Can you imagine what is happening right now? Apostle Apostle Akin Francis is watching us live from Kenya, live from Kenya. So please introduce yourself, your location, and where you're watching from. Okay, you're a missionary. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. We're going to start in a jiffy. In a couple of minutes, we are going to start. We will start exactly at 10:10. 10:10, so that let's use this opportunity to hope that more people will join us. But please introduce yourself, your location, so that we can start. By the way, my name is Prince Oluchibu. I'm going to show my face. I just want us to have more people on board before we can begin properly. We are going to talk about why ministers in today's world are struggling to grow their ministry and what you can do to grow yours. Beside that, we are also going to talk about what you can do to actually make money for yourself because everything in ministry requires money, right? And like I told the people who joined our paid membership program, all the money you will ever make on earth must come from the pocket of another person. All the money you will ever make on earth will come from the pocket of another person. All the money you will ever make is currently in the possession of another person. So for you to make money, for you to get money, that person who has money must be willing to relinquish, must be willing to give you their own money. Okay. But for that to happen, there need to be a mutual exchange. You can't just walk up to someone and say, I need the money in your bank account, I need the money in your pocket. That is not a predictable way of making money. So we are going to talk about how you can also make money, predictable ways you can make money without compromising your faith, without abandoning your ministry. Every single thing we are teaching here at Kingdom Knowledge Academy is ethical. This is not, you are not the first person who is going to be doing it if you implement what we are going to talk about, right? People have been doing it for years, for years. In fact, I started working with some ministers of the gospel as far back as 2015. So you can see that a lot of people have been doing it. Okay, we are going to start in the next 2 minutes. Please introduce yourself, your name, so that I can recognize you. Introduce yourself, your name, your location, and possibly your ministry so that I can recognize you. Thank you once again for joining us. I promise you're going to learn a lot. I just hope that we will be willing to implement what we are going to teach here today. Confirm if you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Let me show my face. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. Confirm if you can see me, if you can hear my voice. Please introduce yourself, your location, your name, and your ministry. Thank you so much, Apostle. Thank you. We're going to start in the next 1 minute. Okay, just give me a moment. Thank you, sir. Meanwhile, remember, we have our paid membership program, our diploma in digital evangelism. This is our brainchild. Thank you so much, sir. Reverend, I guess it's Reverend Apabio. Please, sir, introduce yourself, your full name, your location, and your ministry so that I can recognize you properly. Your title, your name. Are you a pastor? Are you an evangelist? Are you a prophet? So that we can start immediately. I was saying, remember, we have a paid membership program, and in our paid membership program, some of these things, or most of these things we are going to talk about, we also show you how you can do them step by step. Hmm. Okay. All right. Thank you so much once again for joining us. My name is Prince Will Uchebu, and I am one of the instructors here at the Academy, and one of the instructors here at Kingdom Knowledge Academy. Honor to finally have you join our live section. This live session is one of our commitments to those who are part of our groups. So we do this every Mondays at 10 a.m. So every Mondays, we come here live and then we talk about different things that will help you as a minister of the gospel to grow your ministry. And while doing that, to also make money for yourself. Okay. And thank you so much, Reverend Israel Amen, based in Imo State. Okay. Okay, great. Great. So I was talking to a pastor the other day, that was yesterday, from Imo State also. He said one of the challenges they are having over there is that a lot of people over there are, if you're not a Catholic, they see you as an outsider. I think most people now are beginning to detach from that mentality in the eastern part of Nigeria. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us, sir. So what I was saying is that every Mondays at 10 a.m., we have this live conversation. We want to show you different ways to do ministry in today's world, right? And while doing ministry, how you can also make money for yourself legitimately without exploiting anybody. These are the things we do here every Mondays. And of course, we have our paid membership program. In our paid membership program, we show you step by step how to do all of these things. Beyond that, right? I think the most important thing in our paid program is the access you have. Okay. We don't want you to experience any difficulty, right? That's why we put in a lot of structures in place to ensure that if you have any challenge, you can always reach out to us and we can assist you. Okay. All right. So today we are going to talk about why ministers struggle. What are the reasons why a lot of ministers in today's world are struggling, especially to grow their ministry and especially to live a comfortable life? We believe here at Kingdom Knowledge Academy that you can do ministry and be prosperous without exploiting anybody because the internet has democratized wealth creation, right? You may not become a billionaire overnight, but you can at least make something reasonable to support yourself, your ministry, and those around you. Okay, so why do ministers struggle? Meanwhile, if you have any question, please make sure to ask in the comment section, right? And even after the live session, if you have any challenge, you can always reach us on phone. Right? Our WhatsApp numbers are always open. Now, why do ministers struggle in today's world? Number one reason is that the world we used to know, the world we grew up in. I know in my time when we were much younger, the easiest way to grow a church was organize a crusade. Once you're able to organize a crusade, bring people together, and then people experience the presence of God, you've pretty much won a lot of souls. Just bring together, just bring people together in a crusade ground. Once you're able to achieve that, you pretty much grow your ministry overnight. And that is why most of these people, most of the men and women of God we now refer to as our fathers of faith, it is because they were able to adopt this same method in their time, in those days. I mean, the early 80s, the early 90s, and even the early 2000s. Once you're able to do this, you will grow your ministry exponentially. But the world has drastically changed over time. Technology has greatly impacted how we do virtually everything, including how we love, how we live, and even how we die. Technology is impacting how we die. Before now, it was almost impossible for you to actually see me live without visiting my physical location. Okay, so one of the reasons a lot of us struggle, a lot of ministers struggle, is because we are struggling to adopt the old method of evangelism to today's world. For instance, people now want to experience the gospel right from the comfort of their home. People now want to experience the gospel right from the comfort of their office. People don't want to wait only on Sundays for them to experience the gospel. They want to experience the gospel when they are commuting, even at night. I was talking to a man of God the other day, and he said before now he used to have over 150 church members. But due to the insecurity in some part of the country, I don't want to mention a part of the country, but due to the insecurity, a lot of them began to relocate. And the moment they relocate, he lost those people as members. And once they relocate, it means they will also lose contact with him, right? They will try to find a nearby church to get themselves acquainted with. But I told him, imagine if you can do a live stream just like I'm doing right now. Imagine if you can do a live stream just like I'm doing right now. It means that even if these people change location, even if they change location, they can still stay in contact with you because they can experience the gospel from you right from the comfort of their home. Whether they are in Abuja, in Port Harcourt, in Lagos, anywhere on earth they are, as long as they have access to internet, as long as they have access to internet and their smartphone, they can always experience the gospel right from the comfort of their home. So most of us are struggling to adopt the olden method of doing evangelism, the olden method of running a ministry to today's world. We are trying to force today's world, to accept how things were done in the past. That is why a lot of us are struggling. For instance, most of us don't even know how to go live on a platform like Facebook. Most of us cannot go live on a platform like YouTube. And even when you go live, you don't understand the intricacies surrounding these technologies, you don't understand the cultures of these platforms because every platform has a culture. So that's number one. We don't understand. We know that the world has changed, but we are finding it difficult to adopt because we didn't grow up in this era. The recent the Thank you so much, Pastor Emmanuel. The recent generation, that's the Gen Zs right now, it is easy for them to adopt, right? They can easily navigate all of these social media platforms. But those who are in their 40s, 50s, 60s are struggling because they were not born in this time and age. So they have to consciously relearn how to do things in today's how to do things the way people of today are doing them. And because of that, we are constantly struggling. All right. And even when we know, right, even when we know that these things have the capacity to actually grow our ministry, we still don't have that consciousness. There is that doubt in us. For instance, a minister of the gospel will be willing to. Okay, the other day I wanted to host our program on air on a radio station. I think they told me, I think either 30 seconds for 15,000 or so. I'm not too sure, but it's either 30 seconds for 15,000 naira. That is, I will have to pay 15,000 naira for every 30 seconds our jingle plays on air. That's a lot of money. Now, a minister of the gospel will be willing to spend that amount of money to host their program on air. even though they cannot directly tie the impact of that section, of that broadcast to their ministry. For instance, when you host your program on radio station, you can't track. There's no direct metric to know how many persons actually listen to it, if they actually listen to it, and if they actually come to your church. There is no way to do that. But with the internet, you can track all of that. You can know exactly how many persons actually listen to your message. You can know, for instance, right now on this section, we've had over 20 people, 20, 25 people join us. Some persons are joining and some persons are leaving, right? I can see everything right now. And even after, excuse me, even after this section, I can go to the back end of this video and I will see every single thing you have done while you're on this section. For instance, I know that Pastor Emmanuel had just said hi in this live section. I can see that Reverend Amen has also commented in this live section. I can see everything here. I can track everything. But with the traditional method you have been using, there is no direct way for you to track all of these things. There's no direct way. So, a lot of us, please confirm if you can hear me. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So please always introduce yourself so that I know how to address you. Are you a pastor, an evangelist, prophet? So that I know how to address you properly. Okay. So a man of God, a woman of God will be willing to spend a lot of money to air their programs on radio stations, not necessarily because that is the best alternative for them, that is the best method for them, but because other people have just been doing it. Other people have just been doing it. You've seen your other pastor friends, their programs are on radio. So because of that, you're motivated. I must be on radio. No, you don't have to. You should always go with the method that has the best capacity, the capacity to actually bring you the best result. Not because your pastor friends are doing it. Some of us are going to host crusade, right? We're going to spend a lot of money, putting a lot of energy, a lot of resource to host crusade. And at the end of the day, we will not achieve our aim because that is not the best method for you. But just because your friends are doing it, your minister's friends are doing it, you hear that other people are hosting crusade, they're having 1,000 people and all of that. But how does that actually translate to growth for your ministry? Because I believe one of the core essence of evangelism, of crusade, is increase in church growth. One of the reasons why we host crusade is because we believe that we hope that these people who will attend the crusade will see the manifestation of God in your ministry and then will become a member of that ministry, of that commission. So, but most times when we host these programs, we still don't see this increase. We still don't see them because these people's psychology have changed. The way people think now have changed. Technology has impacted the way people see the world. So you must also learn to adopt your method to how these people now see the world. And the second reason why a lot of people struggle to grow, like I said, the first one is that a lot of ministers are trying to force the world to accept the old way of doing things. And that's why whenever I talk about revival, a lot of ministers see revival as going back to the old way of doing things. I don't think that's the revival actually. I think revival should be moving forward, not going backward. Not going backward to do things the way they were done, because the world can never be the same. My a pastor once said something that God manifests himself to the people of the generation based on their capacity to understand him, not based on his capacity. So God can manifest himself, can reveal himself to the people of the past as a burning bush, because that is the only thing within their subconscious mind, within their conscious mind. That's the only thing they know. That's the only way they can interpret this. Not necessarily because that's the only thing God has in stock. So when we talk about revival, we think it's going back to the primitive way of doing things. That is we are trying to draw God backward. Revival should be moving forward. Anyway, so number one is that you are forcing the world. You are forcing the world to accept to do things the way it was done. You're forcing the world to do things the way it was done. You unconsciously forcing the world. You're saying, if people of the old, if it was radio station, don't get me wrong, radio station still works, right? But that may not be the best alternative for you, especially if you don't have a lot of resources, you don't have a lot of money to spend. So we are forcing the world to accept to do things the way it was done before. That's number one, right? We are willing to spend a lot of money to host crusade, host event, print flyers, and all of that, right? With the hope that these people actually come to our ministry, become a part of the commission, right? That is a big problem. So you need to always ask yourself, how how does the people, how do they want to relate? How are they experiencing the gospel in today's world? And that is why you see that all the big men and women of God, all the big pastors, in our country today, in your country today, they are using social media actively, actively, actively. Winners Chapel, for those who are in Nigeria, that's a Living Faith Church, they did their Shiloh convention, right? I think it ended yesterday. That section was streamed on Facebook. That section was streamed on YouTube. Why are they streaming it on YouTube and on all the social media platforms? It's simply because they understand that everybody cannot come to the physical gathering. Everybody cannot come to the physical gathering. In fact, if you insist that it is only when people come to your physical building, your church building, that they can experience the gospel, trust me, you're heading into oblivion. If you continue to insist that it is only when people come to your physical church, that is the only way they can experience the gospel, you won't be relevant in the next 10 years. You won't. You won't. So these people, they have seen where the future is going, and they are positioning themselves there. In business, there's what we call the uh first uh, forgotten the right word, but I think first starter advantage. Yeah, first starter advantage. That is, those who start first will always have an advantage over others who will come first. Those who start first will have the capacity, will have the opportunity to become the category king in that system. So these same churches, these same men and women of God who are big today, they also have the capacity to become big tomorrow because they are adopting first. They are taking advantage of today's technology first. These people also were the people who took advantage of their means of communication, radio station, TV station, when it came out first. When other people were still skeptical about it, they took advantage of it. They saw where the world was going, and then they took advantage of it. And they became so big because if you can capitalize on people's means of communication, you will definitely be big. If you constantly see my video, for instance, many of you are here today not because we made a post on Facebook, but because you are in our community. We invited you from our community. If we did not bring you from Facebook to our community, you may not be able to attend this live section. And guess what? After this live section, we're going to have a lot of people who are going to see the same live section. Okay? Okay, so let's move forward. Number one is that you are forcing the world to accept to do things the way it was done before, not realizing that the world has moved. So you must adopt your system, your ministry, your mission, your evangelism style to the modern means of communication. Christ must always be at the center of your message, but the method in which you use to reach these people must always change with the changing time. I have said this before that technology has impacted virtually every aspect of our life. In the past, it was impossible for you. Some of you are right at the comfort of your home. Some of you are moving. Some of the people who are going to watch this, they are still commuting, but they are going to experience this message. Why? Because I choose to go live with this. Because I choose to bring you to a platform and then invite you to our program. If Kingdom Knowledge Academy did not bring you to our platform, it will be impossible for you to experience this gospel right now. But because you're part of us, you can experience this gospel. Okay, so number one is that you should you are forcing the word to think the way the word used to think, whereas the word has moved. That's number one. Number two is that you are very skeptical. You're very skeptical, and I get it. That's why some people who want to join our program, they always come to ask us if this is legit, if our promises are legit, because we have said it before that it is almost impossible for you to practice what we teach without getting results. Okay, please let me know if you can still hear me. Let me know if you can still hear me. Let me know if you can still hear me because we need to cover a lot of things here. Let me know if you can still hear me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I want to see more comments. Let me know if you can hear me in the comment section. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Please always introduce yourself so that I can address you properly. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend. Thank you. Okay. Number two is that a lot of us are skeptical. I know that because of our past experiences, we are afraid that we are afraid of not falling into the wrong hand. We don't want to be scammed. And that's a legitimate concern. But please, please, you have to understand that life is all about risk. Life is all about risk. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. You're going to make mistakes, right? But before you you venture into anything, before you try to do it on your own, get an expert. Don't try to do it on your own. I know you don't want to fall into the wrong hand, but please work with an expert, right? You now understand that if you want to grow your ministry, in fact, if you're very active, now this is whether you join Kingdom Knowledge Academy or not. Let me just give you this. If you're very active on social media, very active, intentionally active on social media, between January 2026 to February, March, 3 months. If you're very active, trust me, you will see an increase in your church growth that you've never seen in the last 1 year. If you're active, if you're active, first of all, social media is completely free. Apart from the fact that you must have data before you can access social media platforms, but it's completely free. Right now, I'm not paying anything where we have actually paid to get you on board, but I'm not paying anything right now for you to hear this message. I'm not paying anything. If what I'm saying is making sense to you, the next time when we want to host our program, you definitely want to join us. And if we keep making sense, you want to become part of us. If you can be active, intentionally active, not just posting, not just posting. Because I see people, they say, "But I've been on social media for a very long time. I've not gotten any result." I say, yes, that's why you must work with an expert. It's not enough to post. Being active, being intentional is not about posting. Because it is possible you have been posting for the next 1 year, but you're not seeing anything. And then this person is still saying you can get a lot of result by being on social media, but you have been doing it. That should tell you that it is not just about posting. It's not just about posting. There must be a core strategy backing what you do. There must be a backyard or a back end strategy. A back end strategy. For instance, if your aim for hosting a crusade is to get church members, you don't just want to host the crusade. You must make sure that you can capture their information, at least their phone number, so that you can follow up on them. You must make sure that when they are coming, you take notice of them, their name, maybe their location, their phone number, so they can follow up on them. If you don't have all of these things in place, these people will come, experience the gospel, and they will leave. There must always be a back end strategy. Always be a back end strategy. One of the strategies from our studies, one of the strategies, some of these uh, people like Salvation Ministries, Winners Church, one of the strategies they use to grow, right, is I've forgotten the right word for it. Is a leadership metrics, right? in which you bring people together, you give them responsibility. So instead of interfacing with the congregation directly, they now have their friends who are interceding for the church on behalf of the church. So if I talk to my friend right now, I can encourage my friend to come to my church. It'll be easy for me than somebody who he doesn't know. If you talk to my friend right now to come to your ministry, it will be difficult for my friend to come. But if I'm your member and you're asking me to go and talk to my friend, I can easily convince him. You can easily follow him because this is my guy, this is my person. So you give people that opportunity of being a leader, a subunit leader. When you give people that responsibility, they perform. They try to do everything possible to succeed, and then you reward them as they are active, as they are succeeding. You make sure you reward them. Once you reward them, you motivate them more to do more. Okay, so number two thing you must do is, if you want to grow your ministry, is be active on social media. Be active on social media. But here is the misconception a lot of people are having, a lot of ministers are having. Don't just be active on social media, be intentionally active. And when you're being on social media, don't try to be everywhere at the same time. Don't try to be everywhere at the same time. I see a lot of ministers, because they have heard the concept of being active on social media, they now want to be active on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube. No, you don't need all of those keys to unlock this thing we're talking about. Every platform has the capacity to give you what you're looking for. But you need to understand what you want and then find a platform that aligns with what you're looking for. That's why we talk about platform culture. Every platform has a culture. It doesn't just need to be on any platform. In fact, one of the wrongest practice, or one of the wrong practice I see a lot of ministers do, is being on a platform simply because their pastor friend is on that platform. You just want to be on YouTube because you've heard that Pastor Jerry Eze is on YouTube. You just want to be on Facebook because, no, you don't do that. You must ask yourself first, what do I want to achieve and which platform aligns with what I want to achieve? The platform must also have the type of people you hope to connect with. Okay, so number two, be active. Be active. But beyond being active, you have to be intentional about it. For instance, the first thing is you must make sure to choose a platform. Don't try to be everywhere. Now, I like to give this a very simple analogy. Imagine you are running and then you're running alone. Now, compare that to when you're running and then you're carrying something like this. Carrying something like this. Assuming this thing is very heavy. You know that your speed will not be the same when you're running alone. If you're running alone, you don't have anything to distract you. But when you're running and then you're carrying this, or you're running and then you're carrying two kids. As you're running, you're carrying two kids. As you're moving, you'll be looking back to see, are they coming? Are they doing this? All of those things are distractions. That's the same thing with social media platforms. Once you want to be active, you must be active on one. Don't try to be active on all the platforms at the same time. You are going to spread yourself thin. And once you spread yourself thin, your capacity to grow will be thwarted. Let me know if you're getting value from what we are teaching so far. Let me know if you're getting value. Let me know if you're getting value. Don't be on all the platforms at the same time. Choose a platform that aligns with your mission, with your goal. What do I want to achieve? What do I want to achieve? For instance, some of us are fantastic writers. We don't want to show our face on camera. There are platforms that aligns with that. Okay? Some of you are fantastic speakers. You want to be on camera, you want to show your face. By the way, I highly recommend that every man, woman of God must have the capacity, must be willing to show their face, because that's one of the ways of building credibility with your congregation. Okay, let me know if you're getting value from what we're saying. So you must be active on social media. Thank you so much, sir. You must be active on social media, and then you must choose a platform. And even in that platform, you must choose a channel. You must choose a channel. For instance, on Facebook, we have different channels of communication on Facebook. On YouTube, we have different channels of communication on YouTube, right? If you want to go on WhatsApp, we have different channels of communication. So you must choose also. The channel you will choose in that platform must align with your mission, with your vision. Okay? And then when you choose this platform, you must think of community building. The future of evangelism is culture shaping. Your ability to alter people's perception, your ability to influence people. You cannot bring the whole world to your church, but you can take the gospel to them. So you must think community, you must think of a way of building community that everybody can access. Everybody anywhere can access. You must think of building community. And then when you're building, don't build, you must prioritize your brand, your personal brand over your church brand. People are becoming brand conscious. They don't just want to relate with a church. They want to relate with a person. They want to relate with the face, the face behind the church. That's why you see that most pastors right now, they are focusing on their self, not even their ministry. They are separating their ministry from their church. Before now, the pastor and the ministry is the same. It's one and the same. But right now, if you notice the shift, what is happening right now, most ministers are differentiating their ministry from their church so that they can do other things also with their time. They can do other things with their time. If you have been following us, we shared a documentary. Okay, I don't know if you are part of us. We shared a documentary where we talked about Dr. Sam Adeyemi. He's hosting a program shift conference in Lagos State. He did that last year, I guess, and this year also he's doing it. Now he has been able to separate himself from the ministry. So the ministry is running without him. The ministry is no longer tied to him. So whether he's active, whether he's available or not, the ministry can still run. Most of us right now, most of you watching this video or who are going to watch this video, if for whatever reason you are sick today, your ministry will not function. If for whatever reason you cannot perform today, your ministry will not function because the ministry and you and the ministry, you're one. That is not a good way. You must learn to separate your ministry, separate yourself from your ministry so that your ministry can run. And I'm not saying you should go and hire somebody who will manage. No. No. There are ways you can do it. Okay? There are ways you can do it. And that's why we'll encourage you to join our paid program so that we'll show you how you can do all of these things. Now, they are not really difficult. It's just that if you don't have the knowledge, if you don't have the idea, it will be difficult for you to do. And that's why we say if you want to be active on social media, don't be active all by yourself. Work with an expert. Whether you join Kingdom Knowledge Academy or not, please work with an expert so that a journey that should take you 40 days will not take you 400 years. Will not take you 400 years. A journey that should take you 90 days. So that it won't take you 40 years. Every platform has a culture. And if you don't understand the rudiment, the basic fundamentals of these platforms, you can be doing the wrong thing. I was telling somebody, I said, look, no matter how motivated you are, no matter how motivated a fish is, if a fish feels that he is too big, if the fish feels that it's too big and he decides to live on dry land, no matter how motivated that fish is, the fish will flounder, the fish will struggle, and eventually the fish will die while struggling if the fish does not return back to the water body. It's not about motivation. And I don't want to appear as somebody who is trying to play down on certain Christian principles, but it's not even about praying. Prayer has its place, but it's about strategy. If 1 + 1 will give you 2, there is nothing else you can do. It must be 1 + 1. There are exceptions, of course, but exceptions are like miracles. You don't have control over miracle. You don't have control over it. And like I will always say, you don't want to base your life on a phenomenon you have no control over. Your growth must be predictable. If you cannot predict your growth, if you cannot sit down and say, in the next 6 months, this will be my growth. This will be how many church members I will have. If you cannot do this comfortably well, then your growth will be stifled. Okay? So don't try to do it on your own. Get an expert to work with you. Get an expert to work with you. Even if you don't want to work with Kingdom Knowledge Academy, please get an expert to work with you. But of course, we will always advise you, encourage you to join Kingdom Knowledge Academy because we've been doing this for years. We've helped a lot of ministers. We've worked with a lot of big churches. Okay? So choose a platform and think of building a community. Okay, let me know if you have any questions so far before we proceed to other things we have here. Let me know if you have any question in the comment section, and I'll be here to answer you. Let's use 4 minutes to answer questions. Let me know if you're getting value. If you have any question, please ask in the comment section. I'll be observing with my device to see if you have any question here. Okay. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Let me know. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe so that whenever we drop any new video, you will not miss out. We usually have some impromptu videos. Let me know if you have any question. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions. So far, let me know if you have any question. Please go on, sir. Go on, Pastor Emmanuel. Please introduce yourself, your location, and then your question. Please ask any question. It doesn't have to be relevant to or related to what we're talking about. It can be about anything, right? Anything. Please go ahead and ask, sir. Go ahead and ask. Ask question about anything, and then we will be here to attend to you. While we wait for your questions, remember that we have our paid membership program, which is our diploma in digital evangelism and wealth creation, where we teach you basically, we focus on two things: how to spread the gospel. Yes, Apostle, go ahead, I'm listening. We teach you two things. Basically, how can you spread the gospel? How can you take the gospel to a global audience? In fact, we'll have a strategy in place to ensure that you can even stay in the comfort of your home, preach to those in diaspora. If you're in Nigeria, you can preach to those in Ghana, in the UK, in the US, all of those countries. If you're in Kenya, you can also preach to those in Nigeria and in UK, all of those countries using our proven strategy. And we have a proven strategy in place to ensure that you get at least 100 to 300 church members within the next 90 days, guarantee. And our promise is very simple. If you practice what we teach and you don't get results, right, for 30 days, come back to us and say, I have done everything you said, I did not get a result. Can I have my money back? And we are going to give you back your money, because it's almost impossible for you to practice what we teach without getting a result. Okay? Okay, to join the digital evangelism, it's just for you to register. I think the promo price right now, we're currently doing a promo. So you can reach us on WhatsApp or go to our website at kingdomknowledgeacademy.com. You will see everything about the program. Or you can just send us a message on WhatsApp and you get all the information you need regarding the program. Okay, so that's how to join the program. Okay, Pastor Emmanuel, I'm still waiting for your question. Apostle, is it Apostle? Please always put your title. My name is this, my title is this. That is, my name is, for instance, my name is maybe Evangelist Prince Will. This is my question so that I know how to address you properly. Okay. Okay. Reverend is asking, what will be your counsel on how to grow your brand using YouTube? That's a very beautiful question. Now, it is if we say we're a kingdom platform, right? Because personally, if I'm showing my face, I should be honest with you enough to tell you what is working and what is not working. Because I don't want you to see me somewhere tomorrow and then you'll be like, I know him. There are people in Kingdom Knowledge Academy, they say they can do X, Y, Z, and at the end of the day, you did not achieve anything. So my advice for you, right? My advice for you is to be consistent. How do you grow your brand on YouTube? Be consistent. First of all, understand that these same people you want to reach with your message, these same people you want to engage with your message, they have people they have been listening to. There will always be an alternative for gone. For instance, because you're here, you have to abandon certain things. There are things you should be doing right now. Maybe you should be resting right now, but because you're here, you abandon those things, which means for anybody to also listen to your message on YouTube, they have to adjust or pause a little bit from listening to those people they have been listening to. For that to happen, it doesn't happen overnight. The only reason why you're here, one of the reasons you're here, is because you've been seeing our messages in our groups. Imagine if you've never seen a message before and then you're just seeing live section. You will be skeptical. You may not even want to join because you have other things you want to do with your time. So consistency is key. I said this before that a lot of people quit even before they get started. A lot of people quit. Many of us have this wrong mindset about growth. We see growth as an overnight thing. If I do it today, do it tomorrow, and it doesn't work, I will quit. If I do it today, and no, you have to be consistent. So the first principle is be consistent. Then understand that these same people you want to reach the message, they already have people they listen to. So what will make them? What is it that will make them pause from listening to those people in order to listen to you? That is not your assignment to go and find academy who will tell you what will make them to pause a little bit and then listen to you. Okay. So the first thing is be consistent, right? Be consistent. Then define your brand voice. How do you want to communicate? Okay. How do you want to capture their attention? One of the things we tell our members is that if you cannot capture their attention, another minister will capture their attention. This is competition. You are in a competition, whether we like it or not. Because if you want to get my attention on YouTube, I have to stop listening to that person I've been listening to. So how do you do that? How do you achieve all of that? That is an assignment for you. Or you join Kingdom Knowledge Academy, and then we'll walk you through everything you need to do. Our biggest strength here in the Kingdom Knowledge Academy is that you have a support system. Okay? We cannot promise you everything. We cannot promise to teach you everything, right? But the beauty of our program is that you have a support system. So whenever you're doing anything on the internet, you have people you can always fall back on. Say, I tried doing XYZ. It did not work for me. What can I do? Because we have a lot of strategies you can deploy to grow your ministry on the internet space. All right, so that is for that. I don't know if that has answered your question, sir, Reverend. Let's see another question. Okay. Let's see another question. Apostle Francis. Okay, thank you, sir. Tell me more about intentionally active. So, like I said before, if it's in the business world, we say that for somebody to buy your product, they have to see your message repeatedly because they did not come on that platform because of you. For instance, this morning you did not wake up. Well, some of you actually woke up with us in mind, right? But most likely, when you wake up and then you go on Facebook, you don't have Kingdom Knowledge Academy in mind. You went there because you want to do something else for yourself. Maybe you want to just relax, you want to just read posts from your favorite influencer. You don't have us in mind. So what is it that will make you begin to recognize us as a voice in that space? It's because we are active. It's because you constantly see our message. So if people don't constantly see your message, how on earth are they going to remember you? For instance, if you start your ministry new and then you open a physical church, everybody within that vicinity will not just automatically know that there's a church there. They will just automatically wake up the next morning and know that you're a pastor. It will take time. It's a gradual process. So intentionally active means having things in place, having structures in place to ensure that these people will constantly know that you are still active, that you are still here, and this is what you represent. This is what you represent. And you do that not just by posting, but let me give you this example, not just by posting, but by posting things that speaks directly to their problem. Think about it. Why do you think you are in this live session? Is it because you want to see my face? Or is it because you love Kingdom Knowledge Academy so much? No. It's because we talked about something you are interested in. That's the same principle. That's the same thing. Not just about posting, but posting things that speaks to a problem that your audience, these people are having. Okay, I hope that has thrown more light on that. If you have more questions, you can ask. Okay, Pastor Man is saying, my question is that how can I create awareness around the metropolis where I am? If I need volunteer to join, that is a very good. Please, I would have loved to answer this here, but it will require me to be very practical, to show you, not just to tell you. And in fact, recently we did a video on how you can do that. Not exactly this, but how you can do this. For instance, how do you use social media to bring people to attend your physical events? Now, one thing I can tell you for sure, Pastor Emmanuel, is that if you want to achieve what you're doing, what you want to do, you must build a community. You must build community, and you can use the internet to drive that community. Please, I encourage you to join Kingdom Knowledge Academy. Join our diploma. You're going to learn a lot. You will learn a lot how to do this particular thing. Okay? How do you get people to attend your physical crusade? Your physical crusade. You're hosting a crusade. How do you get people to attend your physical crusade? Recently, we did a program for one of the ministers in Ogun State. We got over 1,000 people to join his physical crusade. Over 1,000 people. Over 1,000 people. That's the power of the internet. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. It's not something difficult. We have made our program so easy that whether you know how to use computer or not, you can go through everything because everything is in video format. Just like I told Pastor Emmanuel right now, I can't really explain how to do this right now because I'm in a live section. Okay, it will require me to show my screen, show you some button to click, show you some settings to put in place to ensure you achieve this. Okay. Okay, I do hope that that has answered your question. Okay. Do we have another question? Do you have another question? We have, this is, we spent 55 minutes here. Do you have any other question? Do you have any other question? Do you have any other question? Do you have any other question so far? Let me see if we have any other question. Okay. Do you have any other question? Okay. So we don't have any other question. Okay, let me say this before we go because I have other engagements right now and I don't want to take much of your time. The future of evangelism, the future of the church is not in a physical building. Okay? The future of the church is not in a physical building. It's online. All right? It's online. The future of church, the future of evangelism is online. And anybody who must remain relevant in ministry in the next decade must be seen online. In fact, yesterday I went on Google and then I searched pastors in a particular state in Nigeria because I'm currently in Nigeria. I searched pastors in this state in Nigeria. Guess what? The only people I saw are the well-known pastors, even though they are not even in that state. But Google still showed their names. Why is Google showing their names? It's because they have been so active, and that's why a lot of people are engaging with ministers now. If you visit a new location, you may want to ask, okay, which church is the best in this location? As people are searching, your church should be appearing on search. But if your ministry is not appearing, and this is now the beauty of the internet is that whether you are, it doesn't matter where you are. In fact, if you're in the village, if you're in the remote part of the country, this is the best opportunity for you. As long as you have access to this, and internet, you are good. You don't need any other thing. Pastors have one of the most important skills. You have one of the most important skills in today's economy. It's unfortunate that we may not be able to talk about how you can make money, but think about it. How do you think people make money online? You have everything it takes to make money online. You have everything it takes. You just need to understand how to layer these things together. You have everything it takes. Yes, you can chat on WhatsApp, right? I think this is Apostle Akin. I'm so sorry about that, Pastor Akin or Apostle Akin. Please, they just check in the WhatsApp group. You will see the post we made in the morning before this particular one we made regarding this live session. You will see the link. You also see our account number there. All payment must be made to K Knowledge Academy Limited. K Knowledge Academy Limited. Okay. I was saying that you have everything. I don't believe that any pastor should be broke in today's economy. I don't believe it. I don't believe that any pastor should be struggling in today's economy, depending solely on church offering. I don't believe it. I think it's an error because you have everything it takes. Think of Pastor Jerry Easy. He's the highest paid YouTuber in Africa, if not the highest, one of the highest paid. In 2023, he was reported to have made over 7 billion naira from YouTube. What is he really doing on YouTube? It's just that this is one of the reasons I say a lot of pastors are struggling to grow is that you don't believe it. You don't think you can. Again, it doesn't happen overnight, please. So that you don't join Kingdom Knowledge Academy hoping that tomorrow morning you become a billionaire. No. But what I'm saying is that you have everything you need within you to actually make money online. Pastor Jerry is makes millions. I'm using him as a yardstick because he's very popular. So almost everybody can relate or can identify with him. He's very popular. I can mention other pastors and then people in our academy who are making money as ministers. The aim is not to merchandise the gospel. The aim is to be sustainable. You have to be self-sustained. Sustainability is everything. You don't want to go among the pulpit with a hungry stomach, or while you're preaching, you're thinking, oh, where do I get the money to pay rent? Or where do I get the money to do this? No, you have it in you. One of the prominent examples we like to use is book writing. You can make money from your book. You can make money, but you don't make money from your book simply because you have written a book. No. You don't make money from a book simply because you wrote a book. That's not how you make money or why you should make money from your book. If you don't understand the psychological principles of branding, pricing, market segmentation and targeting, if you don't understand these things, you will write a lot of books and you won't make any money from it. You will write a lot of books and you won't make any money from it. For you to make money, we're going to talk about this maybe in our Monday live section. For you to make money from your book, you must, in fact, not just from your book, for you to make money online, you must be solving a problem for people. Not just a problem, but a problem that these people are willing to solve. Not just a problem that they are willing to solve, but a problem that they have the capacity to buy the solution for. You can't write a book and then you're charging, let's say, 5,000 naira, whereas these people are still struggling to earn 15,000 naira. They won't buy the book. The culture is not even there. Many of you have written a lot of books, but you're not selling because you're writing the book for a people with a low reading culture. A low reading culture. You're an author, but your ministry is in the remote part of the country. People in the remote part of the, they really don't have that zeal to read. So they're not your market. They're not your market. But with the internet, you can take that same book to the people with a good reading culture. Okay. So I will encourage you to join Kingdom Knowledge Academy, join our diploma in digital evangelism, and in our program every Mondays at 7 p.m. Okay, Pastor Stephen, please, I will encourage, I can't really show you during this live section, but we have a full module on how to do all. Okay, Pastor Stephen, we have a full module on YouTube, how to do everything on YouTube and all of those things. So you can join our program and you will learn how to do them step by step. Okay, so I will encourage all of us, join Kingdom Knowledge Academy. Every Mondays at 7 p.m. we have our live section, just like we're having live session right like this. We come live in our Telegram group and then we talk with our members. Okay, and every week we release the lecture for the entire week to you, so you go through it. The beauty of our program is that you learn at your own pace. You learn at your own pace. You choose your time and then you learn. And then we have a support group where you can ask us questions if you experience any difficulties. Okay, we currently have a promo running. Please check out our website or check our WhatsApp groups. you will see our promos. All right, you will see our promos. Meanwhile, if you have any other question, please you ask before we end today's live session. I'm gonna give us another 5 minutes to ask question before we end today's live session. Remember, no, the Telegram group is private, so you won't be able to see it until you pay for our program. When you pay for our program, we'll add you to the group, so you won't be able to search for it and see it. All right, but you can visit our website www.kingdomknowledgeacademy.com. Let me type it here so that you see it. kingdomknowledgeacademy.com. This is our website. Hold on. Our website is kingdomknowledgeacademy.com. I'm trying to type it here. Hold on. Okay, it's not coming up. But you can check our WhatsApp group. Check our WhatsApp group. You will see every information you need regarding our program. Everything, you learn everything step by step, how to do all of those things. And even if there are things we did not cover, you have access to ask us questions. You can ask us questions. Reach us on WhatsApp, and we will be glad to assist you. So if you have any more questions, please go ahead and ask. We have more 5 minutes before we end today's live session. Remember, this live session happens every Mondays at 10 a.m. and we talk about different topics to help you grow your ministry and at the same time make money without exploiting anybody. So if you have any question, please go ahead and ask. I will take them one after the other. Okay, do you have any question? Let me know. I'm listening. I'm waiting. How much is the promo? Please just check our website. You will find the amount there, or just check the WhatsApp group. We made a post this morning, right? Check the WhatsApp group. We made a post this morning. You will see it. I think, but if you want to join, I encourage you to join now, because by next year, once it is next year, the price is going to go up massively. The price is going to go up massively. Okay, so please take advantage of this promo. Take advantage of this promo. Next year, the price is going to go up. The price will go up next year. Okay, so check our WhatsApp group. You will see the current promo price, or you can just go to our website www.kingdomknowledgeacademy.com and you should see the price. Or you can search for us on Facebook, Kingdom Knowledge Academy. You will see us. I think as of today, our page is verified. It has blue tick. Okay, just check the Kingdom Knowledge Academy with blue tick. Then you click on the button there to take you directly to our website. So do you have any other question? We have 3 more minutes to go. Okay, so while we wait for the last question, I want to thank you so much for being part of today's live section. The section is recorded, so you can always rewatch it, take notes, and try to implement the things we have talked about here. Okay? Beautiful. After making payments, you will send the receipts to our WhatsApp number. Once you do that, it will be confirmed immediately, and then you'll be given access to the program. All right? Once you make payment, it will be confirmed immediately, and you will be given access to the program. Okay, thank you so much for joining us in today's live session. I really enjoyed discussing with you. Please join us some other time on Monday, the same time, 10 a.m., and we'll talk about topics. Thank you so much. And if you have more questions, please feel free to reach out to us on WhatsApp. And please remember, Kingdom Knowledge Academy will never call you on WhatsApp. We will never call you on phone to ask you to send any code for us. We will never do that. We will never, for any reason, call you on phone. Please do this. Kingdom Knowledge Academy will never for any reason call you on phone. Anybody calling you on phone, asking for a number, for a code, inviting for a live section is not from Kingdom Knowledge Academy. We will never, for whatever reason, call you on phone. If you have any doubt about anything, please reach out to us on WhatsApp. And remember, be mindful of impersonators. We've had people who are trying to impersonate us. Please be mindful of those people. All payments to Kingdom Knowledge Academy must be made to K Knowledge Academy Limited. K Knowledge Academy Limited. Thank you so much once again for. After payment, how do I send the receipt? You will send the receipt on WhatsApp. Okay, you can send us a message on WhatsApp right now. Just check the WhatsApp group. After this live section, a message will be dropped there. You will see the account number and you can make payment directly to the account number. Thank you so much, sir, and compliment on the season. Thank you, Reverend. Thank you so much, and then have a lovely day ahead. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Apostle. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, and see you next week, Monday.